Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning. This is Chris here in Hawaii. We are starting the London close trading session here. For anyone that's new, this is the session that I trade consistently. It starts at 4 p.m. London time and usually goes through the end of day US trading session. So quite a bit to cover today. So let's get started. We'll talk about the heat map. Go over the sentiment, which is kind of the basis to form our trade ideas, and then we'll take a look at some charts, a couple pairs, and levels that we're looking at for today. So right now, you can see it's a pretty big risk-off environment right now. Swiss franc yen being bought up substantially. You can see the gains, almost 2% on some of these pairs. It's amazing. Aussie, Kiwi, CAD, all being sold off. Pound sold off too. Euro and the US are being bid, with the exception of Swiss franc and the yen. So it's a true risk-off environment. And just reading today, once the market kind of digested the Fed statement from Powell and the FOMC yesterday, it was pretty adamant that Fed Chair Powell and the rest of the Fed members do think that this is going to be prolonged challenge. I read yesterday that the U.S. hit a $26 trillion deficit in our budget. So we're spending like no tomorrow to keep the economy propped up, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. CAD dropped, as I mentioned. Euro did pick up slightly. It's a real safe haven day right now. So with the Fed, there was no hint on any increases in rates, but the purchase levels for QE are being maintained. And also there was talk with the Fed's obligation lying with jobs and inflation, not sticking a pin into a stock bubble. So I would expect a nasty gram Twitter tweet from Mr. Trump, our POTUS here. But there's some real concern about a second wave of coronavirus cases. A lot of the states here that are opening up are starting to see a spike in cases. So I think really this thing's going to last until we get a vaccine, and once the vaccine's done, then the economy is going to start rebounding. But you expect a up and down here, and the fact is, I mean, people just don't have jobs right now. It's super prevalent here in Hawaii, and when money runs out, that's when we're going to start seeing some trouble unless we can get this thing figured out. So it's definitely safe haven bids right now. Australia and New Zealand are doing a pretty good job in rebounding their economy, but it's definitely not open up to normal. So the fact that they were at pre-coronavirus levels in terms of their rates is pretty substantial. So expect some correction right now here. Also, Scotiabank's expecting the dollar to weaken over time, but in the short run, we could see some strength right here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for is a continuation of safe haven. There's nothing really that's going to turn it around, and I don't think if U.S. has a real firm safe haven view that Asia is going to turn that around. So that's kind of where we're looking at. So we're looking at a Euro CAD and a Aussie US possibility, but I wanted to show you the trade yesterday that we had. So it actually turned out to be a very, very profitable day for us. So it was interesting, and I want to share how this happened because we did take one loss, but we were able to rebound and really ride this thing and take some profit here. So let me get back here. Okay, so this is what happened yesterday on the CAD yen that we mentioned yesterday. So we got in at this level right here, and it started going down our direction. This volume just seemed like it was going to send it downward, and you can see where it went. But it dilly-dallied around this time, and then it started coming close to the FOMC, which I knew there was going to be a spike. So it got up to here at 80.17, so just below where our stop is, our level is to close out. And I actually clicked out of it because I did not want to risk having this thing open during FOMC. Okay, so what happened was FOMC came out and it spiked down and then it spiked up. And as it was up here at these levels, I realized that nothing had really changed to change the viewpoint of my risk-off environment. So I got in again here at 80.29, about 10 minutes after the FOMC announcement, when spreads settled and kind of the dust settled from the volatility. And I rode this thing all the way down to the profit target. So we took a loss of a little less than 1-to-1 here, and then we took a profit here of about we're going to say it was a 6-to-1 profit. So it was a very nice profitable day for us. And that's what I'm talking about when I mean, you really want to be fluid here and don't be married to an idea. But this one, when you look at the information and the fundamentals, that tells me that the continuation is going to keep going here. And the fact that the wick here formed right here at this very, very high volume level told me that there was not going to be any follow through on this guy. There was nothing to drive it. And that's where, what we teach here, and I know, Nick is adamant about this, is you can't trade one part of the puzzle exclusively. You have to use everything to give you the best edge and really truly give you an edge in this market. And that's when I went from, a struggling trader to being profitable consistently, is, not being just a technical guy or just a fundamental guy, but really marrying everything and looking at all the pieces to make the best decision. It just gives you more of an edge. And obviously risk management's key too. So anyway, that's kind of the trade from yesterday. So like I said, we definitely made some money on that one. But so today I want to look at a Euro CAD possibility, and also a Aussie US. So let's take a look at Euro CAD and see what this one's doing. I think that this has got more legs up. You can see it's starting to really move here. I hate buying at highs though, right? Because it's at a level at 104.21. Let's go to a higher time frame, but it looks like it's starting to run out of steam here. So that's interesting. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. There's any levels here? No. So we kind of go back. There's really nothing right here. I mean, you got some of these old highs, but I would expect some follow through to, probably the figure at 155. But you can see what's tending to happen here with Euro CAD is it's almost a full retracement before it takes another leg up. So that could happen at any time. And yeah, I don't know. This one, it's not really favorable. I think if it was down in here on a retracement, I'd be interested right here to take another leg up here. But if it shoots this far down, which is what, 100 pips, there's probably going to be follow through to the downward side. So no on the Euro CAD. Let's take a look at Aussie US. Let's see here. So this one's kind of stalling at this level here at the figure at 69. So it's at 68.98 right now. Let's take a look at the volume here. So you can see big volume level right here. There's another level right here. And a really strong level right here on visible volume. let's take a look at the fixed. This is the one I really like to look at. Is just the latest. What's the latest downward move look like? So this kind of tells me, is there going to be follow through, or is it going to keep going? So you can see some volume build up right here, drop below here, and there's actually some more volume building up right here. So this kind of tells me, and you can see over the last, 3.5 hours, it's really stopped. So that tells me that I don't know how much follow through there's going to be going downward. I mean, it's a risk off environment right now, but the Australian dollar is pretty strong in general, and the U.S. dollar is weak fundamentally right now. So you could start to see a little bit of a move up here. Don't know if it's something I want to trade though. Let me take a look and see what's going on a shorter time frame here. Yeah, not willing to trade this quite yet. It's just kind of stalling there. It's kind of stalling, so I don't see a move for us to make on that pair either. I mean, right now, like I said, the firmness is really risk on, or risk off, excuse me. So I would expect that to continue here for another leg. We've got Euro Yen. Let's take a look at that pair. You can see kind of the same thing. It's really stalling here, but you can see it hit the level, jumped up, bounced to the level again, made a lower high, and you know what? If it bounces to this level here, I might take a short, because I would anticipate it to go to the next level zone here, which would be that 120.50, 120.40 area. The level is 121.54, and you can see that really coincides with the volume here, right? So something that I don't show you guys very often, but I like to do is I like to actually look and see the 5 minute and see, is there a break, right? And you can see this volume starting to spike up, or the currency starting to spike up. Does it spike to this level and does it drop again? That would be interesting to me. But in this 5 minute bar, it's gone up 16 pips. So that kind of speaks to maybe some fixing here at the London close. That is the question. Does it have enough to take another leg down, guys? I don't know. I don't know if it does. This is kind of an interesting day here. But I like, what I do like to see if I'm going for a reversal is I like to see that consolidation there for a while, because it's definitely harder for the pair to break out. Lower. So the interesting thing is, it's definitely making lower or higher lows, the Euro Yen. So I don't know if there's going to be follow through on this one. This is a tough call here. But the sentiment is in our favor in terms of another leg down. It really is. Like you can see this lower low, it broke that down to 24. And I would not be a buyer if it broke this level here at 121. Or excuse me, I wouldn't be a seller if it broke this level here. But it seems like there's some volume buildup right here. So that's the question: is the volume building up to go down, or is it building up to go higher? I'm just not sure. So I'm not sold on this one yet. So let's keep an eye on this guy. I want to go back to the Aussie US. Let me take a look at that one again. See what's going on here. Yeah, it's still stalling. It's gone up 10 pips since we last talked. It was at 68.97. And this spiked up to 50, but see it's dropping now to 45, 44. Yeah, right now, if we were to get in this guy, we'd be looking at a 17 pip stop for a possible 90 pip profit target on the euro yen if we anticipated it to take another leg down. Aussie US, same thing. Let's see right now. If we go from where it's at to the high, the most recent high, it'd be an 18 pip stop, and that's a little too high for me on Aussie US. That pair just doesn't move that fast, so I don't see it hitting like that in the London close time frame. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, I'm gonna keep an eye on these guys and see if there's anything favorable as the session goes along. I'll keep you on a little longer here, but I'm just trying to look here, see if we find anything. On another note, I am going to go golf with my buddy, so that's exciting here. I was telling Nick we golfing over the weekend. I sent him a picture. He's like, "Oh, that's a beautiful park." I'm like, "No, man, that's a golf course." And yeah, he's pretty pissed. He wishes he was here. I know as soon as things open up, they're flying out here, and we're gonna do a little trading powwow here for Bettertradr. So that should be fun. But I'm really looking for things to open up here. Next March, I wasn't able to do this with the coronavirus cut, but I booked this trek, this 2-week trek to Everest Base Camp. So I'm going to fly to Nepal and spend a few weeks there, and fly into Kathmandu and then go to Lukla. So it's pretty cool 2 weeks there. But one of my buddies did it, and they had a helicopter one of his friends out of there just with the altitude sickness. So, I don't, from what I hear, the hike's not particularly difficult. It's just the altitude that really kills you. So I'm already starting to train for this thing, and I figure the better trained I can be, the better prepared, the easier it'll be to actually do this thing. So, I'm really, really looking forward to that. I love traveling. So, I was in Thailand back in March, but I was only able to go there for a week. I made it back 2 days before they closed everything off. So, let's see. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm not really seeing anything else right now, and it just doesn't seem like the euro yen has legs to go down further. It just seems like it's slowing down here, which could quite possibly happen here. I'm just browsing through any levels that would make sense for our trading session here. 165. Yeah, that euro is stuck at that. That euro yen is stuck at that level there. Pound Aussie. Pound CAD spiked. See, I'm not a big fan of the pound right now, too. I think the pound could be sold off here. But it's just what scares me is this risk-off environment. That's what scares me. What's the U.S.? Yeah. Oh, you see? Oh, man. If we would have gotten into that 50 level, we'd be up 15 pips already. But, hey, that's what happens. That's trading. I'm curious if this thing breaks. I don't see it breaking. It's tried to break it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So, as the session goes further, so it's 4:26 London time. So at 4:30 London time, that's going to be 11:30 U.S. time, and people are getting ready to go to lunch here. So I don't know if there's going to be a major move during lunchtime in the U.S. So these are all the things that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about fundamentals. I'm thinking about the human behavior part of this thing. Obviously there's algos and whatnot, but if there's not a fresh data catalyst, does this thing have the gumption to move up? I almost want to take it the opposite way and go upwards, because I think it's stalled right here. I really do. Same thing with the Aussie US. So this risk-off environment thing, I'd be more particular to the Aussie US, but you know what? Let me take an Aussie yen. That might be our ticket here. Let me. No, see, Aussie yen is a whole different story. You can see it hasn't been really consolidating here. I mean, it's on a pretty firm downward trajectory here. So I'll keep looking, guys, but I don't see anything right now. If I do, I'll hop back on and let you know. But right now, we're still in wait mode, right? But typically I look for trades this entire hour, and if I see one, I take it. If there's nothing during this hour, I'm pretty hesitant to take one for the day. So I'll keep you posted. All right, thanks.